Yeah, I don't think you can lift it.
Is it already recording? Is it already recording, Daddy?
Yep. Alrighty. Still got green plants on it. There you go. There's our one potato. It's not looking good, huh? Is that it?
Oh, there's...
Two little scrawny potatoes.
I think there's another one.
Alright, let's see what we got.
That one's kind of good. Isn't that flap down there so that you can just unflap it? And
Yeah. It's coming out. Alright, shaky cam. That looks like it's what it is. So, it didn't get really big. But we did get a lot more than we usually get. And a little tiny one, a little spud one there.
one right there.
Where'd the big one go?
Right there.
Oh. There it is. Alright. I'll go ahead and pick that. Bring that in. And we'll leave this one alone because we got the peppers coming in that one. You getting bitten out here?
Yeah. There's a lot of
Alright. Alright, so another day we'll come back and fix this one. There's potatoes in this bag. Keeps on growing with the lemons. But is the lemon still on there? Did we lose the lemon? Oh, there he is. There's the lemon.
2 lemons.
There's 2 lemons.
Wonder if there's any over here. Oh, there's 2.
Yep. 2 little. The third one over there is getting bigger, so that's good. Alright, shaky cam McGee. Let's take our stuff inside. There you go. So I decided to get yet another greenhouse cover. So this is the third. The original one that came with it, the replacement one, and now this one, which has some extra plastic in it, kind of a mesh inside of it. So hopefully that will be more sturdy than the last 2. They've been taken out by falling branches. And I also decided that I would attempt to put it over the existing greenhouse cover, and that I might provide more insulation with the greenhouse. As I was setting up the greenhouse, there was a little holly bush that I'd already chopped down previously, and it had grown back a little bit, and it was bugging me and making it a little harder to get to the greenhouse. So I decided to get my machete out and just chop it down. I really need to get rid of these holly bushes, but they are really deep in there, so that's going to take a lot of effort to dig out the roots. The two that I did manage to get out before were a lot of effort to get out from the roots. The greenhouse cover did manage to fit over the original one, so I was pleased with that. And so I just had to go and do some small adjustments. So as you can see, it fit over nicely, and it's almost completely lined up, but that's just, small things. But it does fit over. You can see the mesh there is still giving pretty good light through it. The other side was clear, so that shouldn't be an issue. Plenty of length on the bottom, so these are basically the same size, so there's like a little bit of length on the bottom there. And as you can see, this is the big hole I need to fix. I think I'm just going to try to get some clear tape and tape that up. So that'll still be there. Just tape all the holes up to get that extra insulation. But I need to clear out that greenhouse. Well, cleared out the greenhouse, removed all the weeds and stuff, and put a new layer of cardboard on the ground. I'm going to use the greenhouse to, once again, try to keep the lemon and lime plants alive through the winter, since I don't have a good place to put them indoors. And the last year I put some water bottles on the left of the greenhouse to absorb some heat in the water and then release that through the night. And then also in this big orange bucket, I filled that full, doing the same sort of thing, trying to capture the heat and let it release. This time since I cleaned it up nicely, I'm going to put it on water bottles on the right there, and hopefully those will capture the light and not block too much. And then that heat from there will help heat the greenhouse. So my next project is to put a cover over the raised bed. I had moved the strawberries from the garden tower to the raised bed, and the next day the deer came by and took a bite out of it, so I figured I'd bite the bullet and buy one of these covers thing. This one, not very expensive one, that comes with clips and supposedly enough to do a 10-foot garden bed with 2 feet, just a little over 2 feet wide. My garden bed is 2 feet wide by 8, so this should easily do this. It comes with a bunch of those rods, which are kind of looks like a plastic, and then those metal fasteners, just tubes to go on either side. And the instructions are pretty straightforward, as it says in there. You just putting the tubes to get the stakes inside each of the tubes, and do about 5 or 6 of those, and then you bend it over the garden, and then you use those clips to clip on the fabric onto the arches that you create. So we're going to start putting together a bunch of these. Like I said, we're going to use 5 of the rods, so that means 5 rods and 4 of the metal tubes each. And they're just, you put them on and you're good to go. As you can see, it was fairly easily to put together the rods, and we had left over like 4 of those metal things and actually 1 more rod. So if I would have done it differently, I could have counted out the number of rods and everything and figured out a better number somehow. But this worked out fine. That means I just have an extra rod if it breaks and extra metal things if I somehow lose those. So we got 7 of those rods. It's actually enough that I could have done both of my garden beds with those rods that I made. I just don't have anything in the other bed to worry about covering at this point. But maybe next season when I do have things in there, I can use this to reduce the amount of heat, because there's a lot of sun. When the sun does actually shine in my garden, there's a lot of sun. And I have to deal with that. So we'll have to see with next season whether I'll split them out and cover both of the gardens. There's nothing really special for putting the hoops in the garden bed. I just put them against the wall and just bent it over carefully. I found out I wasn't really paying attention here that it was a 30-foot cover that came with this. So it was way too much cover for just one little garden bed. And like I said, with the hoops there, I guess you could go with a 10-foot wide and 30 feet. It really doesn't make any sense because of how they got it, the number of rods and stuff. I think they just put some things together and may or may not work. But I guess in a way, there's having more than enough cloth will help you more cover whatever you want to cover. And I ended up cutting this in half, and so in the next season, if I need to cover the other bed, I can cover them both with what I have. So after a little bit of adjusting and moving things around, I got it to fit. It covers even the onion plants. But we'll see how it goes. The clips even fit over the bed, which is a little bit thicker than what the rods are for the hoops. And I put in a couple around them to keep that on there. But we'll have to see how it goes with the first big rain, wind, or maybe even snow this year to see how it goes. But that's it. The cover is on. Thanks for joining.